What do you envision when you hear the word homeless? Is it someone carrying their lives in a trash bag? Is it a person sleeping on a bench? Is it a tent city? Is it someone panhandling and asking for money? Do you ever envision homelessness as the young person serving you coffee or working at a grocery store or at a college? As the CEO of Bridge Over Troubled Waters, a nonprofit that has been changing lives of homeless youth for over 53 years, these are the first images that come to me when I think of homelessness. I think of young adults hidden in plain sight, sitting right next to you in college, taking the commuter train with you. They're not sleeping on a park bench. They're walking with a backpack and having a Nike sweatshirt on. They look like the person that you know. Maybe your child's classmate, or maybe your own kids, or maybe mine. Youth homelessness is a lot more common than you might realize. 1 in 30 youth ages 14 to 17 will experience at least one night of homelessness this year. That's nearly 1 per classroom. 1 in 10 youth ages 18 to 24 will experience at least one night of homelessness this year. That's one play in a soccer team, basketball team, football team, cheer team, hockey team. 1. Our youth battling homelessness are left on at their own devices. Most of them don't have access to the proper resources to receive the guidance they need. So I ask you, if 50% of chronically homeless adults experiencing homelessness as teenagers, let me repeat that. If 50% of chronically homeless adults experience homeless as a teenager, how do we end homelessness for young people so that they do not become homeless adults? Our taxpayers' dollars fund the current general system set in place to aid and support youth homelessness. But these systems have a major flaw. Displaced youth ages 0 to 17 are viewed as children, which grants them access to most services they need. But the minute they turn 18, it's a cliff effect. The systems and society immediately treats them as an adult. Although adults ages 18, 40, 60, or even 70 are in different stages of their lives, they are all treated the same when it comes to services. There's no system out there that is designed to meet the developmental need of a struggling youth. The system that throws 18 and 24-year-olds in the same shelters as adults twice their age are not built with empathy, love, understanding, and certainly not the care and determination that dedicated parents have to help their own kids at this stage. Those systems do not give young adults the ability to make mistakes and learn from them in order to grow and mature. Remember, I talked about 0 to 17. It's all about care and protect. We got you. Then it moves into 18 to 100 years old. Think of the education system. The education system is built differently. A second grader isn't going to be taking algebra courses. They're going to be learning addition, subtraction, and they're going to master their skills, and they go from one school to another school once they master it, right? Little by little. This model caters, we hope that this model prepares them and caters them to the specific need and when they're learning. So general social service don't allow this model, but Bridge does. What if we thought about social service systems differently? Let me tell you a little bit about Bridge and the way we think about our services. There's a gap in the services. So Bridge has the welcome center. You come in, you're welcome, the basic needs, a shower, some food, something to eat. Emergency residents, we have some rules, you have to be in at a certain time. Nobody likes those. 24-hour supervised, transitional living. You have to get up to go to school, to go to work. You have 40 hours a day. What are you doing with it? Are you going to school? Really working with you on that. And then we hope, right? And also as parents, that whatever we taught them throughout this time, that they go away and go to college and they can use whatever we've taught them. And our program is called Liberty House. In college, and our old kids, we send them to school and we pray and hope that everything we taught them, but what happens next? You get a text, mom, mom, mom. But they have that safety net, right? And that's really important. But our social service systems was not built that way. The 2,000 teenagers that come to Bridge, we see laughter, we see pain, we see green hair, tattoos, beautiful smiles. We see young people that have their own language, their own music, youth who are rebelling, creative, challenging, sometimes ungrateful. I got a couple of those. But we see their potential. We see their future. But we also see a lot of pain. Youth at Bridge have experienced abuse, domestic violence, trauma. Some have to go to do survivor sex. Some have even been in jail. At the same time, while they are dealing with this trauma, they have to show up to go to school, show up to go to work, do not use drugs, and learn the life skills. At Bridge, we choose to guide them through it all, like you would do to your own child. I'm sure a lot of you have children. Do you? Teenagers? Someone you like, someone you don't like? Yep. I'm not just a CEO or a proud UMass Boston grad. I'm also a parent. I have a 17-year-old and a 19-year-old and an 18-foot Christmas tree. Yes, I do. And they need constant reminders about everything. Mom, can you raise my credit limit on my credit card? Really? Mom, how does my social security number expires? Mom, what does DOB means in this application? It's your date of birth, son. It's your date of birth, baby. Mom, they drive me absolutely insane. Because my favorite thing about being a parent is constantly being told that I'm wrong by someone who depends on me for food, clothing, and shelter. I don't know nothing compared to them. But I will never give up on them, right? I will teach them discipline, love them unconditionally. So if you don't have the pleasure of having your own teenagers, I want you to think back on your own youth. Who helped you? Who gave you guidance? All young adults need love, guidance, support as they navigate transitions from childhood to adulthood. How to cook, how to clean. They have to try to master these. My son's 19, and I think I can say he mastered the part of moving his clothes from the washer into the dryer so they don't smell. And I think it's because a couple of girls told him, "Ooh, your clothes smell." But he mastered it at 19. Help graduating high school, help applying, going to college, mental health counseling, help with finding and keeping jobs, how to build healthy relationships, how to look people in the eye and not on their cell phones. How does that constant reminder translate to a kid who is not your own? Let me tell you a story on how a system failed and how Bridge was the safety net to guide these young people through. Bruce. I feel so old. He came to us when he was 17 years old. Bruce is 26 today. But Bruce came to Bridge looking for help. Even though he was involved with DCF, Bruce fell through the cracks at 17. Bridge provided counseling, services. This is his graduation picture, filing. We filled the gap. The day he turned 18, DCF closed his case. Said, "You're 18. You're good." We did not give up on Bruce. Yes, he needed a place to stay, but he also needed much more: continued counseling, help with applying to college, how to apply for jobs. And at Bridge, he got just that, the love and understanding, and we set expectations for him. Today, he holds a bachelor's degree from Boston University. During COVID, may I add, I was so upset that they did a Zoom graduation, and is working at his master's degree on college, on computer science at Northeastern in his third year. That's what we want for our own kids. So Bridge Help Bruise. Who helped you? Think about who you are. Think about someone who helped you when you needed guidance, need help, hope, or support. Now envision being that person for someone else. And think what kind of society we want to become. Do we want to cast kids out at 18 and hoping they will figure it out on their own? Mine would never. Or do you want to guide youth out of homelessness and into adulthood? I leave you with these. All these young adults in this picture were homeless. Remember the stat I gave you? 50% of chronic homeless adults were homeless as teens. So I ask you, which of these youth do you think deserves to be homeless? If the answer is none of them, then we really got to get to work. I'm going back to work, to the front lines, with our young people, learning the lingo. But my hope is that you will continue to ask the question and hold these systems accountable for our future generations, because we should never give up on a kid, just like you will never give up on your own. Thank you.